sensitive, you know.
Get out my bubble. If you ain't popping like I am, bitch, you ain't popping like I am. Bitches ain't popping like I am.
Alright guys, so the neighbor's dog is tripping. Oh, oops. Okay, my table's backwards, whatever. The neighbor's dog is tripping, so if you hear it barking, it's not being killed, it just likes to be annoying. Anyway, today we are working with Eullair hair. Oh, that was kind of like I just did that. Anyway, we're working with Eullair hair, and we are working with some 613 bundles. And as you guys can see, they come with the little eyelashes. I really wish companies stopped sending those. Nobody wants them. What we actually have here is some wing-in bundles. So we have 4 bundles in the closure. We have a 20-inch closure right here. These are all straight hair bundles. We have 2 26s and 2 24s. So that's really cool. We are gonna have some pretty long hair as Bubbles, which I feel like Blossom has the longer hair. Well, she does. She has the hair. Y'all remember that episode when, like, I think somebody cut her hair off or something because she had long hair and the other 2 were jealous? I don't know. My childhood is a big, sad memory. Anyway, today we are going to do Bubbles. And to do Bubbles, we have some really fun colors. Let me go ahead and introduce those to you guys. So these are the colors we're going to use to do Bubbles. So we have about 1.5 things of lavender. This one's left over from a while ago. We have about 1 thing of periwinkle. I thought I had another thing of periwinkle, but I cannot find it. If I do, I'll use that as well. We're going to use some sky blue. This is going to be the base color, of course, because Bubbles is like a sky blue. And then we have some baby blue for some low lights or some kind of like pops of darker color here and there. Alright guys, so for the most part I have my basic color mix up. I did find my second periwinkle, so that's bomb. Now I did a quick swatch of the colors. This is the sky blue, here is the baby blue, that's the periwinkle, and that's the lavender. This is still wet, so it looks a lot more pigmented than it will on the hair once it dries. However, I did decide to go ahead and dilute the sky blue, the periwinkle, and the lavender, as well as use them fully pigmented. So that's what we have here. I'm not even sure if I want to use the baby blue anymore, so I'm going to set that to the side until we decide if we're going to use it. Now, to pastelize a color, I've told you guys this before, but you just basically mix any conditioner with it. I usually use the Tresemme conditioner. I like the way it smells and it's cheap, so I'll go ahead and use that. Here is the baby blue diluted. I don't have exact measurements for you guys. I just pour in little by little until it gets to the color I want it. Here is the baby blue full pigment. So that's the baby blue full pigmented. Here is the periwinkle pasteurized. It's a really pretty color once you add that conditioner to it. Here is periwinkle full pigment. Here is the lavender pasteurized. Now it looks really similar to the periwinkle pasteurized. However, it is a tiny bit warmer, if you guys can tell. This one is a little cooler. It is more blue, but they are very close in color. I don't know if it's coming up that way on camera, but in real life they are super close in color. And here is the lavender full pigment. Now, I'm going to start on the bundles, and I'm pretty much going to only show you guys 1 bundle and the closure, because the closure I'm going to do a little different, but the bundle is going to be pretty random. So let's go ahead and get into the dyeing portion. Alright you guys, so there is a serious storm brewing outside, so if that's all you can hear, I apologize, like, for seriously. Let me just see if I can move the camera. Alright you guys, so I got you a little bit closer, a little bit more in depth to see what we're doing. And what we're doing is, I don't freaking know. So what I'm going to start doing is basically just slapping color everywhere. I know I want to use more periwinkle and more sky blue than anything. So let's start with the light periwinkle. Let's just start coloring. And maybe, I don't know, some regular periwinkle. Mix that into the mix. We're really just doing what we want here, you guys. Just make sure everything blends nicely and you should be fine. And then maybe some baby blue. Yeah, let's add some baby blue in that mix. All right, let's add like a chunk of sky blue here. Add a small portion of undiluted lavender on the sky blue here, all the way down to the portion that's hanging off. Then maybe another one here. Yeah, that'll be fun. Almost the most like unorganized video I think I've probably ever done. Let's add the baby blue in the mix here. This looks a mess, but I think when we're done it's gonna look awesome. Or it's gonna look a mess, I don't know, we'll see. Full on periwinkle. So having this small hodgepodge of colors won't really matter because again, we haven't even made the wig yet. So we don't know exactly where this is gonna lay, but as long as you have enough portions that are periwinkle and blue, you can kind of get away with it, if that makes sense. Alright guys, so here is my messy masterpiece, just about done for the first bundle. My camera actually cut off while I was doing it, but I did the front, I did the back, then I opened it and I just followed the color pattern that I made. It's a lot more pastel than I intended, which I actually really like. I think I'm gonna go on the pastel side with this wig. Now, only thing left to do is the bottom portion, which I believe I'm just going to do, ooh, that could have been a mess. I believe I'm gonna just do this bottom portion, all the bottom portions, the sky blue. Okay, you guys, so for the closure, I'm going to do a shadow root with the, I keep wanting to call this pewter. This is not pewter. This is periwinkle. I think what I'm gonna do is the last two bundles, I'm just gonna go ahead and watercolor dye them the sky blue. I'm not going to do a color combo like I did with the first two bundles. So I'm gonna set this to the side while I try to figure out what color combo I want with this, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the two bundles that I have left. What I'm gonna do is, I know I'm gonna dip dye the two bundles closest to the closure. So the two 24-inch bundles are gonna be dip dyed instead of hand dyed. So what I'm gonna do is these portions of this closure, I'm also going to dip dye, if that makes sense. That way, everything will blend. It'll all look good. It'll all be peachy freaking keen, you feel me? So what I do wanna do in the meantime is, for now, just kind of I'm gonna give these a little bit of color here. So I separated them off, and now I'm just coloring them. Kind of doing an ombre of the, gonna do an ombre of the periwinkle, and then I'll have the periwinkle go into that sky blue dip dye. Alright, you guys, so you basically know the drill with the watercolor method. The only thing that's going to be different is that I'm going to be adding the coloring with the conditioner to the water because I don't want to waste it. So we're adding that in as well. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video for Eullair hair. She is thick. She's very, very thick. I'm not going to talk too much about the hair, only because there isn't a ton to say. I'm just going to go really quickly and jump into my pros and cons. So, pro, as always, 613 hair takes color best. I didn't even really have to try with this. You guys saw me just slapping color on in any kind of direction, and all the colors took very nicely. There are no light blonde patches anywhere. Everything is colored. So, with that being said, I do want to address basically the thickness of this hair. So this hair is really thick. Like, I didn't think the bundles were that thick. So when they sent me 4 bundles in the closure, I was like, okay, cool. It's going to be just enough to look natural. But, and this is like, these are pretty, this is long bundles. Like, these are long bundles. I have on a crop top and it keeps coming up. But these are long bundles and they come well past my waist straight. So they're thick. Like, I mean, I might have to take a bundle out. Like, that's how, it's a lot of hair. It's a lot of colorful hair. And you guys know when I do my more colorful looks, I try to either keep the hair short or I try to keep it a more natural density. This is like, this is like 200 density right now. Like, this is, it's a big wig, but it's fun. It's playful. I don't intend on wearing this like for every day. So I'm okay with how thick it is. It's just, I was like super duper surprised. Now the bundles are also kind of, I would say dry. Like, the flyaways in these bundles, it's just too much. It's too much to try and control. It's better now that the curls have calmed down, but you guys saw when I was unwrapping the curls, I probably should have straightened the hair before I just, what I did was I blow dried it straight and then I curled it, which I always do. Like, I never have to go in and pre-straighten, pre-flat iron before I curl, because I feel like that makes the hair look flatter. Now, there's nothing flat about this hair. This hair is super duper thick, but when I was curling it, like, it was thick. Like, I don't think it took very well to the curls. Like, they look good now and I think they'll hold up for the day. But I do think I need to go in and straighten the hair and then curl it, because this is just, I just wasn't impressed with the curls. I didn't like it. Like, I don't really like it now. I like the front, but I don't really like the back. Like, I don't like how those curls are sitting. So I wish they were more bouncy, but the hair is heavy because it's so thick. So it's just not like my style. I prefer like a more bouncy, lightweight style, and this hair is like heavy. Like, it's heavy on my head. Like, it's heavy, but it looks good. The closure is laying flat, which I appreciate. The closure is not positioned the best. That's my fault, period, for doing, when I did the wig, I tried to fit all the bundles in, which I did, but I stupidly traced my closure wrong, so I didn't leave an adequate space for it to sit back far enough. So if you guys can tell, the closure is actually, the wig ends right here, the closure is actually really far up here, which is okay with me because it still fits my head perfectly, and as long as these pieces stay framing my face, it's not that noticeable. But the closure is sitting way farther up than I probably should have it, or maybe the wig is sitting farther back. I don't know, whichever way you want to look at that. I don't have my thumbnails, so don't clock me for that. But yeah, that's all of the cons. The knots weren't too bad. It was easy to pluck. They didn't have that like weird film on them that makes them seem like thread instead of knots. Yeah, the closure was pretty darn good. I did have to tint it, so I did tint this closure. It came like a light beige color. Yeah, the hair, other than the hair being like thick, I don't really have any complaints about it. It's, I mean, it is, but it's pretty straightforward. We colored the hair, we made a wig, we curled the hair, but the hair, it's just a little too much hair, so I might take a bundle out and then remake the wig just a little bit thinner, because I do think this is looking, it's a little party, like a little drag race-ish. And you know, it's already colorful, so how much attention do we really need, sis? But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna show you guys the dimension here, because we got some purples, we got some blues, We got some light blues, we got some light purples. That periwinkle is what's rooted here. I think periwinkle is like my favorite color. Like I probably should have done the ends periwinkle instead of doing the whole thing blue, but I think since it's a bubbles inspired wig, it's not to color. It's I wanted to keep most of it blue. And I think what's so funny though is once I was curling it, I realized this is more Sully from Monsters Inc. than it is Bubbles. So there you go, sis. I effed up again. The last one was Shigo, and this one is Sully from Monsters Inc. But I didn't want to just do a straightforward blue wig. I wanted to give you guys some fun and some dimension and some color. We want to play with color here on this channel, so there you go. I got this top from Amazon. I'll have the link below if you guys want to check it out. It is sheer. It's mesh, so go ahead and wear a black bra under it. You should be good to go. Yeah, so that's just about it, you guys. I have a dentist appointment that I am now late for, so I'm going to see you in my next tutorial. Blossom might not be up. It might be up after the next one. The next one I'm going to try and do a 360 wig for you guys. So if you want to see that, it will be the first time I've ever done a 360 wig application on my channel, and I think it'll be pretty cool. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, thumbs me up if you are feeling froggy, and if you're feeling really froggy, make sure you hit that notification bell button so you know when the Blossom wig hits YouTube. All right, you guys, I love you so much. You have a great day, and spring is basically here. It's practically here. I'm feeling really sprung, especially with this outfit and hair, so I hope you guys are starting to come back to life with the sunshine and the flowers blooming and the birds chirping. We've had a rough gray winter, and I am so excited to finally get some sunshine on this black skin. All right, you guys, I love you. Peace.